Welcome back to Geography. We're going to finish our unit on regions, including our major waterways of the United States. America is sandwiched between the two largest oceans, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. These oceans helped people from other continents travel here. Some traveled for riches, and some traveled to make new homes. In waterways in and around the United States helped to shape where people came and settled, as well as where they decided to move and expand the size of our country. In early United States history, there were no roads for traveling, and rivers were the only way of transportation. This is a picture of the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean separates Europe and Africa from the Americas. The Atlantic Ocean served as a highway for explorers, early settlers, and later immigrants. The Atlantic Ocean touches the coastal plain region of the United States. This is on the eastern side of the United States. Notice the long sandy beaches. The Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is on the west coast, and it separates Asia from the Americas. The Earth's largest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. It was an early exploration destination, and the Pacific Ocean touches the coastal range region of the United States. These are the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are five huge lakes, mostly bordering Canada. They are part of the interior lowlands region and the Canadian Shield. Inland port cities grew in the Midwest along each of the Great Lakes. The city of Chicago is built on the shores of Lake Michigan. The Gulf of Mexico, a large body of water, not as big as an ocean, partly surrounded by land. That is a gulf. The Gulf of Mexico was used by Spanish and other explorers as a water route to Mexico and other parts of America. The Gulf of Mexico is part of the Atlantic Ocean. The coastal plain region of the United States borders the Gulf of Mexico. Next, we're going to talk about our mighty rivers. The rivers in the United States were populated by the Native Americans, where they were used for fishing, drinking, and paddling. The first explorers used the rivers as a way to explore deeper into the continent. Towns and cities grew near rivers as they provided not only a means of transportation, but also food, drinking water, and a way to access other materials brought in by boats or barges. We will now learn about some of the major rivers in the United States. This is the Mississippi River. The Mississippi was used to transport farm and industrial products. It was a link to ports and other parts of the world. The most famous river in America is the Mississippi River, and it runs through the coastal plains, the Appalachian highlands, and the interior lowlands region. This is the Missouri River. The Missouri River is the longest river in North America. It is about 200 miles longer than the Mississippi. The Missouri River was used to transport farm and industrial items and as a link to other ports. It runs through the interior lowlands, the Great Plains, and the Rocky Mountains. This is the Ohio River. It is known as the Gateway to the West. It crosses or forms the border of 6 states: Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. It is located in the interior lowlands region. The St. Lawrence River. This is a river that connects the Great Lakes with the Atlantic Ocean. It forms part of the northeastern border with Canada. It is part of the Canadian Shield and the interior lowlands region. The Columbia River, which is located on the west coast, was explored by the legendary Lewis and Clark expedition. It is the fourth longest river in the United States. Excuse me. It runs through the coastal range and the basin and range regions. This is the Colorado River. The Colorado River carved the Grand Canyon millions of years ago. It was explored and mapped by the Spanish, and it is located in the Basin and Range region. Another river located in the Great Plains region is the Rio Grande. It forms a natural border between the United States and Mexico. It provides water for much of the Southwest. This is a picture of the United States map. Each of our rivers are shown on here, as well as the Atlantic Ocean is highlighted and the Pacific Ocean is highlighted. Please notice which region each river is in. Next, you will move on to another presentation where you can copy the notes into your notebook that talks about our rivers.